Every time a company adds a new AI tool, the compliance surface grows. Every time someone new joins the team, a new training obligation begins. Every year that passes, the documentation needs to be renewed. The European AI Act doesn't just create a deadline, it creates a permanent new function inside your organization. And the most companies are treating it like a project when it's actually a process. Let's start with where the things are actually stand. The European AI Act is in force. Article 4, the AI literacy obligation, has been active since February 2025. National enforcement kicks in on August 2nd, 2026. But there is a number that matters more than any deadline. According to the Microsoft's 2024 Work Trends Index, 75% of global knowledge workers now regularly use AI tools. And this number is backed by our own 2025 AI report, which highlights that 78% of European professionals use AI daily in their work. Email, scheduling, writing, analytics, recruitment, performance reviews. AI is embedded in the workflows your teams run every single day. According to the recent adoption data, the average knowledge worker now uses between 4 and 6 AI-assisted tools in their daily work. That's not a problem, it's a progress. But it creates a compliance reality that scales with adoption. The more AI your organization uses, the broader your Article 4 obligations are. And Article 4 doesn't just ask, have your people heard of AI? It asks whether each employee has been trained on what AI means for their specific role. It is the best to have this documented, verified, and ready to show to a regulator. A company that fails to comply with those regulations can be exposed to heavy fines. And that's before accounting for all the other obligations linked in August: inventory, risk classification, incident logs, vendor documentation. The full picture is significant. Think about how your company handles data privacy. In the early days of GDPR, a lot of organizations treated it as a one-off project. You brought in the consultant, updated your privacy policy, ran a training session, and call it done. Then a new regulation dropped, a new tool got added, a new market opened, and the whole thing needed constant revisiting. The companies that build GDPR compliance into how they operate as a living process, not a standalone project, are the ones who don't have to think about it anymore. It just runs, fully embedded in your operations. AI compliance is following the same trajectory. The difference is that the AI adoption is moving faster than the internet did in the early GDPR years. The new tools are being deployed quarterly. Team composition changes constantly. The regulatory landscape will continue to evolve. The obligation is not going to get simpler, it's going to get broader. So the right question is not, how do we get compliant before August? The right question is, how do we build a compliance process that doesn't require us to start from zero every time something changes? I'm curious, has your leadership team already had this conversation? Not are we compliant, but do we have a process that keeps us compliant over the time? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I would genuinely like to know where the most companies are on this. The answer to that question, how do you build a process rather than a project, comes down to infrastructure. Where does the training live? Who owns it? What happens when someone new joins? What happens when you add a new AI tool? What happens when the regulation updates? If the answer to any of those questions is someone in HR has to figure it out manually every time, you don't have a process. You have a recurrent task with no owner and no system. Factorial's AI literacy course was designed around exactly this problem. That's not a standalone certification you buy and deploy once. It's a compliance infrastructure hosted inside Factorial LMS, connected to your employee records, and built to keep the running without manual intervention. Here is what it looks like in practice. When a new team member joins, they're enrolled in the appropriate course automatically, based on their role from the day one. Neither HR nor manager needs to remember to assign it. When an existing team member changes their role, the system handles it. The reminder goes out, the training runs, the certification updates. When a regulatory asks for the proof, and in August the will start asking, HR can export the full report in a single click. Every employee, every certificate, every date, every role, organized and ready. This is what it means to treat AI compliance as a function, not a task. The obligation is ongoing. The system should be too. And for CEOs and CFOs specifically, the business case is clean. You're either spending now on infrastructure that matters this permanently, or you are paying more later in scramble costs, consultant fees, and potential fine exposure. The companies that built data privacy into their operations in 2018 and 2019, when it felt like extra work, are the ones who have a genius competitive advantage today. They can enter the new markets, take on enterprise clients, and pass security audits without the operational chaos that hits companies who treat compliance as an afterthought. AI compliance is on the same path. The organizations that build this now, while the rest of other industry is still working out whether it applies to them or not, will be the ones who can say 2 years from now that they handle it cleanly. That matters to the people they're hiring, the clients they're winning, and investors who look at the operational risks. More than 15,000 companies already use Factorial to run their people operations today. The AI literacy course is how those companies make sure that as AI becomes more central to their work, compliance keeps in pace automatically and without adding load to HR. If you want the full picture, what Article 4 requires, what the rest of European AI Act obligations look like, what audit-ready actually means in practice, and how to translate it into a living process inside your business, we have put together a free course. You can access it with the link in the description. Share it with whoever owns compliance in your organization, and if that person is you, this is a good week to start.